Yeah, she seems to be following everyone on Twitter at the minute. No idea who she is. She does what kind of films? Filthy whore. Block! Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, yo. Welcome back. Welcome back to another fun-packed, action-filled rollercoaster ride. It's another episode of the TCW Round Up with Aaron BeatUp. Anyway, we are just over a week away from our return to Newcastle. Sunday, June the 14th, we'll be back in Newcastle at the Riverside nightclub for Crimson Tyne. And what card is lined up for that? We'll be breaking down a few of the matches for you knuckleheads in just a short moment. But before we go into that though, let's take you back to a few weeks ago, back to our last show, Point Break in Darlington, the Dolphins said there. Liam Lazarus successfully defended the TCW Championship against Kenny Williams in a killer match. You're going to want to run the DVD for that match alone. Although that match alone will not just sell the DVD because all the matches were awesome. Also on that card we have the TCW Open Championship qualifying matches. Sean Only defeated Joe Hendry, so he moves into the final to face Violet O'Hara, who defeated Dan James. Both of those matches were awesome. And like I said earlier, you're going to want the DVD. Go onto our Twitter page or our Facebook page or link to our Big Cartel page or whatever. Buy the DVD. I think it's up for pre-order. If not, it'll already be up to buy DVD or Blu-ray. We're on both formats. Yeah, I know we had a guest on the last one, but the ratings went down, didn't they? I'm not saying it was Craig's fault, but the ratings went down. Okay, Crimson Tyne. We return to Newcastle for Crimson Tyne, Sunday, June the 14th, Riverside nightclub. Sunday, June the 14th. Sunday, June the 14th, Crimson Tyne. Okay, on that card, there's some really good matches. I'm going to briefly chat about a couple of them and break down a couple more because some of them have got a hell of a history going on between some of the wrestlers. It's going to be a very, very interesting show. And we want to see you there. We didn't think we were going to come back to Newcastle, but you fans, you demanded it. And that's what we do. We try and keep the fans happy. Or most of them anyway. Okay, on that card, Liam Lazarus will be making his 6th title defense against Jackie Polo. Jackie Polo's made a name for himself mainly in ICW Insane Championship Wrestling, where he's half of their ICW Tag Team Champions, actually, alongside Mark Coffey, who is also on the card. We'll talk about that match in a minute. Jackie Polo, very, very talky, very, very nasty. So this is going to be a very tough challenge for Liam. Jackie Polo is making his debut in Tidal Championship Wrestling, so unless Liam's done his homework, he's going to know what Jackie's going to be pulling out of his hat, his sleeve, his wizard's bag of magic tricks. Who knows? We're going to find out. June the 14th, Crimson Tyne in Newcastle. Also on that card, we have a triple threat match with 3 very, very talented individuals. Dave Carbon, who has been on a rampage in TCW recently, breaking arms and putting careers to an end. Most notably, last year he took out AJ Anderson, put him on the sidelines for a long time. Dave Carbon is one of the most hated men in TCW. So we're going to throwing him into a mix is dangerous anyway. It doesn't matter who the other 2 opponents are. He's a dangerous, dangerous man. Who are his 2 opponents? Well, one of them is Sean Only. Sean Only, my friend, the most dangerous man in British professional wrestling today. And punk rock legend that he is. He's been making a name for himself in TCW and other companies around England. He's really shooting up the ladder at the minute. He's got that MMA style. We all love him to bits. He's a good friend with Liam Lazarus as well, our champion. So you know that he's in good hands. You know that he can kick people's heads off. Have you seen his kicks? Boom! And their opponent in this 3-way triple threat match, TNA's superstar Bram is making his return to Tidal Championship Wrestling. We didn't think it'd happen, but he is making his return to Tidal Championship Wrestling because he loves us so much. And Sean Only and Bram used to train together back in the day when Bram was living back over in England before he signed to TNA. So there's a lot of hatred between those two. Can you count out Dave Carbon? Will Dave Carbon's mind be on the fact that AJ Anderson is also on the card? As I mentioned earlier, he took out AJ Anderson. He's put him on the sideline. There's going to be a lot of chaos in that match, and you're going to want to be there to watch it. Sunday, June the 14th. Also, if you want to get a little bit more in-depth on that match, Sean Only dropped a video earlier about his thoughts, what's going on. The link to that video will be in the bottom of the comments. Just go down that way, scroll down on the computer, and there'll be a link there to Sean Only's having a word about Bram and Dave Carbon. And if that match wasn't chaotic enough, we have got the Enforcers, AJ Anderson and Perfect Mike Purdy, two guys who are steaming up the ranks of TCW at the moment. Great all-round wrestlers. They will be taking on the Bookie Boys. What's that? The Bookie Boys have split up. Stevie Boy and Davey Boy are no longer friends, but they're contractually obliged to wrestle for us. That could be a war before the Enforcers even hit the ring. Davey Boy and Stevie Boy, they're going to be at it. You know, they're violent people as it is. They'll be drinking a lot. They'll be doing other things. They're very, very violent individuals, and they don't like each other anymore. So will that work? Will that work? Who knows? You're going to want to be there to find out. When is it? June the 14th. Also on the show, I mentioned earlier, Jackie Polo is the ICW Tag Team Champion alongside Mark Coffey. Mark Coffey is going to be on the show. And who's he going to be facing? El Ligero. El Ligero is respected around the world, respected for a reason, because he is one of the best, not just in this country, but he is one of the best on this planet. Yeah, the Mexican sensation is returning to TCW almost like it's his home, and he's going to be facing Mark Coffey, and that is going to be a hell of a match. And if one Coffey wasn't enough, have two, because Joe Coffey is also on the show, and he's going to be facing Dan James, the Armbar superstar. That's Dan James, the t-shirt. I'm not Dan James. Got a little bit quiet. No, I've only got about the same hair. I'm better looking though. I'm better looking. And if that wasn't enough, we have got a 6-man tag match. 6 men in the ring at once. No, 2 men in the ring at once. 4 men on the other side of the ring, tagging in and out. It'll probably break down to 6 men will be in the ring at once. Referee Jumping John Miles isn't going to be able to control this match because it features the 2,000-year-old Centurion Roman warrior, Janus Centurion, the man without a face and a pool of mushy goo. And he'll be tagging up with HD Drake, the man who's constantly in a bad mood, and he'll be teaming up with Nicky the Dragon, the strong selling title everybody loves at the moment. And they will be taking on the Primate, Jason Prime, Ragnar, and Cavaro. I hope I got those names right because they sound like the type of people who could kick my head off. Yep. Also on the show, Ruby Summers is scheduled to make an appearance. We don't know who she's going to be facing yet. Tidal Management, I'm sure they know, but we don't know yet. She's gunning for Dan James at the moment, but we're going to make her prove herself to see if she's worthy of taking him on. I think she is. But management seem to want to make her run through the gauntlet, so to speak. So this is going to be her first opponent to find out if she's worthy to take on Dan James. As ever, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook.com/Tidal Championship Wrestling and Twitter.com/Tidal Wrestling. The links will be in the bottom of the video also. Okay, there you go. Another TCW Roundup with Aaron BeatUp. I tried to keep it a little bit shorter because I know you get bored of me talking.